Hello friends, I am Dr. Upena Dalal. I am professor in Electronics Engineering Department, Sardar Vallabhbhai National Institute of Technology, Surat. I am working here in the educational field since last 30 years. Basically my domain, my area of interest is communication engineering. I am thorough with the theory of electromagnetic waves, the theory of communication, wireless communication, the signal and the signal processing aspects. We experienced many things like intuition. We have the effect of telepathy. We have the effect of negative energy, positive energy, surrounding, raising the energy by meditation, hypnotism, that is the governing of someone's thought by having certain techniques. So ultimately what I understood is the body and its existence is totally governed by our planetary position, our surrounding, and the energy, the electromagnetic waves around us governs our body and our body chemicals. When I started studying the astrology, surprisingly, many questions, I found the answers for the many questions which I had in my mind since long back. Our people follow the astrology very blindly without understanding. Our Rishi Munis and sages have observed the movements of the planetary positions and they did all the calculations. Our Rishi Munis and sages have established the whole terminology of astrology. They had the knowledge of 9 planets including Rahu and Ketu. Later on Pluto, Neptune, etc. are identified. Based on their knowledge of planets and their knowledge of signs of stars, that is Rashi, they divided the whole planetary system in form of 12 moon signs or sun signs, and the detailing is done in form of nakshatras. So planets and nakshatras made the whole astrology. As far as planets are concerned, planets are emitting the electromagnetic waves, and it is proved by NASA very recently. They have established the reception of the various electromagnetic waves on Earth. Actually, that is the main source which governs our thoughts and our body. Our Rishi Muni has established that there are various aspects of life, and these various aspects of human lives are correlated with 12 bhavas, in which the whole Kundli, the birth chart, is correlated. Now, at the same time, they have also established the planet transit. We say that the yuti or the conjunction between 2 planets occur. What is that? Actually, that is the addition of 2 electromagnetic waves. If the 2 planets are conjuncted, it means their electromagnetic waves are added up either in constructive addition or in destructive addition. To understand the effect of electromagnetic waves, the addition of the signal, and the theory of astrophysics, let us have some videos. Let us understand the fundamental part of it.
Something surrounds you, bombards you, some of which you can't see, touch, or even feel. Every day, everywhere you go. It is odorless and tasteless. yet you use it and depend on it every hour of every day. Without it, the world you know could not exist. What is it? Electromagnetic radiation. These waves spread across a spectrum from very short gamma rays to X-rays, ultraviolet rays, visible light waves, even longer infrared waves, microwaves, to radio waves which can measure longer than a mountain range. This spectrum is the foundation of the information age and of our modern world. Your radio, remote control, text message, television, microwave oven, even a doctor's X-ray, all depend on waves within the electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic waves, or EM waves, are similar to ocean waves in that both are energy waves. They transmit energy. EM waves are produced by the vibration of charged particles and have electrical and magnetic properties. But unlike ocean waves that require water, EM waves travel through the vacuum of space at the constant speed of light. EM waves have crests and troughs like ocean waves. The distance between crests is the wavelength. While some EM wavelengths are very long and are measured in meters, many are tiny and are measured in billionths of a meter, nanometers. The number of these crests that pass a given point within 1 second is described as the frequency of the wave. One wave, or cycle, per second is called a hertz. Long EM waves, such as radio waves, have the lowest frequency and carry less energy. Adding energy increases the frequency of the wave and makes the wavelength shorter. Gamma rays are the shortest, highest energy waves in the spectrum. So, as you sit watching TV, not only are there visible light waves from the TV striking your eyes, but also radio waves transmitting from a nearby station, and microwaves carrying cell phone calls and text messages, and waves from your neighbor's Wi-Fi, and GPS units in the cars driving by. There is a chaos of waves from all across the spectrum passing through your room right now. With all these waves around you, how can you possibly watch your TV show? Similar to tuning a radio to a specific radio station, our eyes are tuned to a specific region of the EM spectrum and can detect energy with wavelengths from 400 to 700 nanometers, the visible light region of the spectrum. Objects appear to have color because EM waves interact with their molecules. Some wavelengths in the visible spectrum are reflected, and other wavelengths are absorbed. This leaf looks green because EM waves interact with the chlorophyll molecules. Waves between 492 and 577 nanometers in length are reflected, and our eye interprets this as the leaf being green. Our eyes see the leaf as green, but cannot tell us anything about how the leaf reflects ultraviolet, microwave, or infrared waves. To learn more about the world around us, scientists and engineers have devised ways to enable us to see beyond that sliver of the EM spectrum called visible light. Data from multiple wavelengths help scientists study all kinds of amazing phenomena on Earth, from seasonal change to specific habitats. Everything around us emits, reflects, and absorbs EM radiation differently based on its composition. A graph showing these interactions across a region of the EM spectrum is called a spectral signature. Characteristic patterns, like fingerprints within the spectra, allow astronomers to identify an object's chemical composition and to determine such physical properties as temperature and density. NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope observed the presence of water and organic molecules in a galaxy 3.2 billion light-years away. Viewing our Sun in multiple wavelengths with the SOHO satellite allows scientists to study and understand sunspots that are associated with solar flares and eruptions harmful to satellites, astronauts, and communications here on Earth. We are constantly learning more about our world and universe by taking advantage of the unique information contained in the different waves across the EM spectrum. Scientists have even spread these linked antennas across the globe. One of the largest stretches from Hawaii to the Virgin Islands and acts like such a powerful telephoto lens that a baseball sitting on the moon would fill its entire field of view. Many of the greatest astronomical discoveries have been made using radio waves. Pulsars, the existence of giant clouds of superheated plasma, which are among the largest objects in the universe, and even quasars, such as this one over 10 billion light-years away, were all discovered using radio waves. Radio waves also provide more local information. Astronomical objects that have a magnetic field usually produce radio waves, such as our Sun. Thus, NASA's STEREO satellite is able to monitor bursts of radio waves from the Sun's corona. Wave sensors on the WIND spacecraft record the radio waves emitted by a planet's ionosphere, such as the bursts from Jupiter, whose wavelength measures about 15 meters. Radio waves fill the space around us to bring entertainment, communications, and key scientific information. We can't hear these radio waves. When you tune your radio to your favorite station, the radio receives these electromagnetic radio waves and then vibrates a speaker to create the sound waves we hear. We may not be able to tap our toes to the cosmic radio transmissions, but we certainly discovered much about our universe's grand cosmic dance by listening to them.
Explain the birth, life, and death of stars, planets, galaxies, nebulae, and other objects in the universe. It has two sibling sciences, astronomy and cosmology, and the lines between them blur. Among the objects studied are the Sun, other stars, galaxies, extrasolar planets, the interstellar medium, and the cosmic microwave background. Their emissions are examined across all parts of the electromagnetic spectrum, and the properties examined include luminosity, density, temperature, and chemical composition. Astrophysicists typically apply many disciplines of physics, including mechanics, electromagnetism, statistical mechanics, thermodynamics, quantum mechanics, relativity, nuclear and particle physics, and atomic and molecular.
Apart from all the sciences, one truth is there, that there is some superpower, and he is God. God gives us birth, and the birth chart what we get is exactly the reflection of our past life. Whatever is destined can be modified based on our karmas, based on our surrounding, and the positivity we incorporate in our lives. Our body is made up of 5 natural elements: the earth, the water, the sky, the light or fire, and the wind. Sun is the main source of energy, and it is the main focal point. Sun governs the total planetary system. Chandra is the most nearer planet. Shani, Saturn, is the farmost planet. Our Rishi Muni says that when the Chandra, Moon and Saturn, they are in conjunction, it is not a good position. Ideally speaking, when the conjunction is not good, means their energy is added in destructive addition. Means it won't create the good result. In form of astrology, we say that Saturn and Moon are enemy planets. So it is just the matter of interpretation of the science. The terminology of astrology is totally different. It does not require the knowledge of science and engineering, but definitely its relevance is there. When the person is born, birth means in form of soul, the energy enters into the body. The person grows as per the planetary effects. The person grows as per the surrounding, as per the sanskar, as per the thoughts, as per the surrounding effects. Everywhere in Kundali, the effect of Desh and Kal, the place and the surrounding and the time, is applied. Even if you have the same birth chart, if you are in different part on this earth, definitely the effect on the body and the happenings in that particular that person will be totally different. Vastu dosha, what is that? Actually, if you are doing certain activity and if you are not in right direction, it means from some negative sources, if you are getting the negative energy, whatever resultant energy is available to you will be actually reduced in amount. So to increase the positive energy, you are simply changing the direction of doing your daily activities. So ultimately what I want to convey is, it is just the game of energy and the electromagnetic waves. Our brain is an antenna, it catches the energy or the electromagnetic waves. When you focus your soul, you are, by meditation, you are raising your energy, your internal energy. We know that when there was a Satyug, the human lives were of thousands of years, which gradually reduced to 100 years in Kali Yuga. What is because of what is the reason to have this situation? The reason is actually our surrounding is also changing, and in the past years there were so many changes in the surrounding. The amount of energy received by the body is changing continuously. We know that lot of pollution is there. We have the disturbance in the ozone layer. So the amount of energy what we were receiving in millions of years back is comparatively less, or it is changed. That is directly affecting the human life, the years to live. And of course the thought process, everything is changed. It is totally based on the surrounding negative and positive effects. Everything, our food, everything is actually relevant to the energy which we are receiving from some of the sources. As a communication engineer, I can visualize the energy in form of electromagnetic wave plotted on time axis. Energy implies the amplitude and it varies with time. Energy comes in form of electromagnetic waves from the various sources, various planets, etc., and maybe from the surrounding human, maybe from the various wave generating elements around us. Whatever we receive on our body is like a mobile receiver. Our body is like a mobile receiver, and the resultant wave imposed upon the body is through the multipath effect or through the constructive or destructive addition of the negative and positive energies. So it is a resultant wave which governs the whole body. Certain planets are giving good energy or the positive effects if they are in certain nakshatra. So what are the nakshatras? Nakshatras are through the stars in certain particular shape or certain positions, and they are performing the job of a filter or the screening, and the filter responses are governing the energy of that particular planet. If it is propagated through that particular nakshatra, the screened version of the energy is imposed upon the body, and if it is a favorable nakshatra or the favorable planet, the body will get the positive results, and vice versa. So friends, I conclude my discussion over here. Astrology is not other than the science, but the approach with which it is taken is totally different. But I am establishing the analogy. I can establish the analogy over here, being the person of communication, because I am very much nearer to the electromagnetic waves always. Thank you so much.